I'm going to leave some cells here, maybe 1, 2, 3, this 3 for slicer. Okay, for slicer. I'm going to come here. Maybe I should leave 1, 2 for slicer. Will it be enough? I'm not sure. Or 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if it will be enough. Or let me insert my slicer first. Let me insert my slicer first. So come to sheet 1. When this text box is still selected, I want you to come to pivot table analyze and then insert slicer. Insert slicer. So I want them to be able to interact with the dashboard, to be able to check for how they performed across the years. So I will insert slicer for years. And I also want them to check how they performed in different countries. I will insert slicer for country. I also want them to check how they perform based on the categories. I will insert slicer for category. Okay. And then I will click OK. So these are 3 slicers: category, country, and years. So using my control key, I'm going to select all the 3 of them. I'll press Control X. Control X will cut it. Come to dashboard and press Control V to paste the slicers. So now somebody that comes to your dashboard and he wants to see sales for only 2020, see what happens. Once he clicks 2020, all these numbers changes. You can see that this revenue changes automatically. It tells the person that, oh, in 2020, this is the one they made. If I press 2021, you see all these values change. Oh, what of 2021 in USA? When I press USA, see how the values change. So this is the interactivity that I'm talking about. Okay, so you can see where your analysis is coming out from now. Oh, okay, so in Germany of 2021, what did we make? You press Germany. Oh, 2021, nice. This was okay. What happened in 2020? Press 2020. Oh, great, great, great. Okay, so what is the sales we made in furniture in 2020 in the country of Germany? If I press furniture now, it shows me. You can see how it's breaking it down. That's the beauty of your slicers. Okay, so I'm going to clear filter from all the 3 of them by clicking here. Clear filter, clear filter, clear filter. And I'm going to rearrange this quickly. I'll rearrange this quickly. So let me place the country here. I'm going to close this up a bit. I don't want it to take more than maybe like 2. Or let's have the year first. Years. Now, these last 2 years are not valid, but I don't want to use timeline. So I'm just going to close it so that they don't see the last 2 years that are there because they are not valid. So I'm going to close this one. Good. Till I have this. So I'm going to click on this. Now close it a bit. I have this as well. So let me see something. I don't know if I can still close it, but let me put this one at the bottom now. And just give some space between them. Okay. Just give some space between them. And you can use your align as well if you want to use your align to put the necessary space between them. Okay. So I'm just going to close this up bit. Great job. And I'll expand this to see everything. Good. So I have the space for my slicer, or my slicers, or my slicers. Good. So I have all my slicers set up. Okay. Please can't we remove the invalid here? What's it called? Completely. In Excel, that would be kind of like a bit tricky, especially when you're working with slicer. You'll see that when you put in what's it called? When you put in a timeline, okay, Excel work with when you're working with date, you want to slice by date. Excel uses timeline, you work with timeline properly. Okay, uses timeline properly. But because Excel is the one generating these years for you, assuming we created a year column of our own, then yes, those invalid years will not appear. Okay, but because it's using a slider, not a timeline, that's why those ones are appearing, but you don't have any data under them because if you select them, it just shows 0000. Okay, but I don't want to use timeline and I don't want to go back to the data to start creating a column for year and doing all of that just to avoid this. So I just rather close it up on my own accord. Okay, so I prefer that. Now I have my slicers. I'll quickly work on the color. Click on this slicer. I use color green. So come to slicer at the top. Once you click on the slicer, at the top you have slicer. So in here, I'm going to work on the color. I'll click down, click this color. I'll click on country as well. I'll use this color. Click on category as well. Use this color. Great job. Great job. Great job. So now the main visuals. The main visuals. Before we start inserting the main visuals, I want you to right click this slicer, each one of the slicers, right click years, come down to where you have report connections, and I want you to expand this, and I want you to connect it to every other pivot table here so that it will be able to slice any pivot chart that you create on those pivot tables. So I'm going to select every other thing. So we have to do this one after the other, which is very stressful. That's one thing that Excel needs to work on. Click OK. So for this one, right click, report connections. And then expand this. I will tick everything. Click OK. Come to category, right click, report connections. I'll tick everything. Click OK. Whew, that's great. Okay, so now we're going to insert our visuals. Our visuals. Our visuals. So let us see we're going to look at on the dashboard where we want to have the overview. Okay, we're looking at mainly overviews. So we're going to be comparing revenue. Okay, let us, because we're evaluating sales performance, so let's just work with revenue. And on this dashboard, we're going to be looking at how each one of the categories are performing, each one of the segments are performing, each one of the, let's see, what again do we have on our data? So the states, good. State, country, segment, category, and months. That's 5 visuals already. 5 visuals already. Then we have the product name. We have the product name. So that's about 6 visuals in total. State, country, segment, category, and product name. State, country, segment, category, product name. Okay, that's 5. State, country, segment, category, product name. That's 5 visuals. 5 visuals. Oh, and months. And months. That's 6 visuals. 6 visuals. So we're going to look at how those important variables are performing in terms of sales, generally, in terms of sales. Okay, so 6 vital visuals. 6 vital visuals. So how can we represent them? The product name, for instance, now I can show the top 10 and also um show the total sales, total quantity, total profits. We could do that. Total sales, total quantity, total profits. As for the product name, now we could do that, or we could do for the customer name, but let's do for the product name instead. So I want to insert a table. Okay, this table, this pivot table that I have product, the quantity, sales, and profit. I want to insert this pivot table in my dashboard. Okay, but I'm not going to copy and paste. No, I'm going to generate the pivot table here. Okay, I'm going to generate the pivot table in here. Comment. I don't know why this thing is not counting it again. 6 to 33. That's about 26. Okay. So in here, I'm going to insert my pivot table. Okay. I'm going to insert my pivot table. So in this cell, we're going to come to insert pivot table, and let's insert sales underscore table and click OK. Okay. So I want to see how the products are performing. So sales amount, or let's put product name in rows. Then we'll look at the quantity sold, quantity, sales amount, and profit. Okay. Then quickly, we're going to get the top 25. So right click, filter, come to top 10 and get the top 25 items. Top 25 items by sum of sales. Sum of sales. And I'll click OK. So this reduces to top 25 automatically. All right. So I'm just going to close this, close this, close this bit. It looks too big now. Too big. 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 Looks too big. Okay, so there's no problem. Just going to close it a bit more, and I'm going to rename the columns. So instead of quantity, I'm going to rename it revenue. And then, sorry. So instead of quantity, revenue, that's wrong. This should be quantity underscore, and I'm going to make it number format, use 1000, and I'll reduce the size. Okay, okay. You should not have decimal at all. Reduce the decimal place to 0. So sales amount should be revenue. So I'll rename it as revenue. Currency. Put in currency and type OK. Okay. Then profit should be profits. And number format should be currency. Okay. Let's call it profits. Okay. Good. Profits. So this row label, I'm going to rename this products. Products. Press enter. So I'm going to close this properly. Yeah. So I have this. Good. I think this is okay for me. So I'm just working on this columns. I just want to close this so that it looks better. Okay, great. So I have these tables showing me the top 25 items. The top 25 items. Okay. So let me close this up a bit. So all this one I'm just doing is alignment because I love alignment a lot. I like to make sure that my visuals they align properly. Okay. I'm not a fan of just put visuals and just do them anyhow. No. I like when your visuals align properly. Okay. It shows that you know what you are doing. Not that you just put visuals together anyhow. All right. I like when your visuals align properly. All right. Beautiful job. So next thing I'm going to do is for this grand total, I don't need a grand total per se, but you can leave it if you want. You can leave it if you want. Okay. Which quantity is the highest here? Is it 329? Is this 179? We don't know. So we're going to make use of conditional formatting to include some bars in these columns so that we can easily tell where we are getting the highest quantity, highest revenue, highest profit like that. Okay. So I'm going to highlight this range of sales, highlight the range of sales, and I'm going to come up to my home tab, conditional formatting, click on the drop down, come to data bars, and I'm going to use a gradient fill. I think I like a gradient fill. Use a gradient fill for it, like this. And then I'll do the same thing for revenue. Highlight this revenue cell. Aside the grand total, and I'll use a gradient fill as well. So pivot table, sorry, conditional formatting, highlight cells, data bars, and I'll use a gradient fill as well. Let me use yellow. You can use a solid fill as well if you want to. But let me use yellow. And then profits, I'll make use of maybe red or something pink or blue. Yeah, I think I like this. This is great job. Okay. So I quickly see that this revenue is small. This quantity is small. But it's like that's the one with the highest profit though. Hey, do you see that? So this is the purpose of this one. Okay. So click anywhere on the text on the pivot table, come up to design. Under design, come to grand totals, remove off for rows and columns. That's one. Number two, I'm going to change the color. Locate that color that has green. No, not this one. This one. Yeah, I think this one is fine. Good. So I need to close this up again. Okay. And this is our pivot table. So we need a title for this pivot table, don't you think? This should at least tell us, oh, sales by products. Maybe top 25 products by sales, something like that. Top 25 products by sales. So I think you can include a text box here to do that. So I'm going to come to insert and I'll click on text box so that whoever that is reading your dashboard would know that, oh, these are not all the products. This is just the top 25 products. Do you see that? Okay. So going to insert the text box here quickly. And I'm going to type top 25 products by sales. Okay. I'm going to align it to the left and align it to the middle. Align it to the middle and align it to the left. Do you see that? Okay. And I'll come to shape format and I'll come to shape outline and I'll say no outline. No outline. So I have the title of this visual here, but it's too, what's it called? Let me adjust it a bit. Let's adjust it a bit so that it overlap. Okay, so looks like this is nice. So you just highlight it and make it bold and work on the color, text color, make the text color green as well. Top 25 products by sales. And I'll return this back to 100. Great job. So we have top 24 products, 25 products by sales. Revenue is showing properly, profit is showing properly, and every other thing is showing nicely. Woo! Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So we've gotten the top 25 products by sales. What next? What again do we need? We need to get the remaining 6 visuals. Why use conditional formatting? I thought it was supposed to be sort. Now, if we use sort, it will sort by, so if we're sorting by revenue, we'll see by revenue, we'll see the highest by revenue. Okay. But the highest revenue is not making the highest profit. Okay. Where is the highest revenue here? This is the highest revenue. So if this one comes up as the highest revenue, this one will come up as well, but that is not the highest profit. And I cannot sort each one of them. It is going to scatter the data. So I can easily use a bar and just know that, oh, the greatest length, the bar with the greatest length is the highest value in that column. So for profits, it is this bar, which corresponds to this product. For revenue, it is this bar, which corresponds to this product. For quantity sold, it is this bar, which corresponds to this product. Do you understand? Okay, so that is the idea behind it. Okay, so our next visual is going to be on uh sales by products, sales by product category, sales by product category. Okay, sales by product category. Let's see how the product categories are performing in our sales. Okay, how are the product categories performing in terms of sales? So we're going to insert a visual to visualize that. I'm going to come to product sales performance. and I need to locate where I have product category. Good. Top total sales by product category. We even have a visual here already. Do you see that? This is nice. We already have a visual. Select this visual, Control C to copy, or Control X to copy, to cut. Come to my dashboard, click any cell, Control V to paste. Now just drag this up like this, paste it here. So this is too, what's it called? It's too big. So just going to, why is this showing total furniture? That's legend. Turn off the legend. Something is wrong with this. I'm meant to show total furniture. What's happening? Okay, good. All right. So now for this particular visual, for this particular card or data label, I'm going to click this one and I am going to, let's see, can we move it? Yeah, we can move it actually. I'll move it inside of the bar and I will change the font color to white so that you can easily read that one. Do you see that? It's technique. You have to be smart. Can you see? Okay. And I'll just change the color of this particular bar to green to align with the remaining colors. I'll change it fill with green. I've shown you how to change color of bars before. I don't need to repeat that. Click on this title header and change the color of the title header to green as well to have this. Do you see that? Okay. So we have this and it's good. So we have total sales by product category. So we had this from the last class already. This came from the last class already. Okay. So proceeding. Let's see sales by country. Let's have it at maybe the bottom here. Sales by country, maybe the bottom over here. So come to my location performance and we're going to insert sales by country. So on this pivot table where I have my total quantity, total sales by country, I'll come to pivot table analyze. Okay. And I'm going to come to pivot chart and I would insert, let's see, pie chart. Yeah, I think pie chart is nice to make use of here. I'll click OK. And I think I'm going to remove this total quantity, blah, blah, blah from it. Total quantity, total profit, profit margin. So just total sales by country. Total sales by country. So I have this. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this visual and then go over to dashboard and paste. Okay. You can see I'm basically copying and pasting, copying and pasting. That's all you're doing. Okay. So I'm going to just make this smaller. Great. So right click the button, hide all field buttons on chart, isn't it? And then work on the title. Okay. I'll work on the title as by country. So I'm going to change the title to sales by country. You can use sales, you can use revenue. I've been using revenue, so let me just use revenue. Revenue by country. So highlight, underline, make it bold, change the color, and I'm going to drag it up here. Good, revenue by country, and I have this. So let's include data labels. Come to this arrow and include call out, data call outs, data call outs, data call outs. So this looks nice. Okay. So now format chart area. There's something I want to do quickly. Let me see if I would see it here. Actually hoping to see. Okay, good. So click on any of the slices. Once you click on any of the slices under your format data series here, or you right click any of the slices and click format data series, it opens this up. So you have where you have this, what is it called? Histogram. Click on this and then angle of first slice. Let's change the angle of the first slice. Okay. Something like this. I think I prefer this. I think I should just leave it like this so that they can see. Let it just start at this angle. Let's just start at just this angle. The only issue I'm having is why Poland is coming second instead of USA. Okay, I need to sort it here. So let's sort it by the sales. Sort from largest to smallest. So let's see our dashboard now. Yeah, great. So USA now takes this color, then Poland. Beautiful. So I'm going to change the color of my slices. Click Germany the first time, all the slices get selected. Click Germany again, only Germany gets selected. So I'm going to change the fill color to green, orange, and ash. And this is my revenue by country visual.
Endeavor to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you. See you in our next class.